Hello everyone, welcome back to Sweet Transit and welcome back to the channel. So, last episode we set up all of our clay and our bricks that we have right here. Still working quite well, we're keeping up with the bricks that we are consuming, we're not using that much, our upkeep right now is just 28, so production isn't that high. This episode we are gonna do some maintenance, and then we will probably start a little bit on the iron production as well, so we can start moving into tools, and thereafter move towards diesel, which should make a quite decent change here actually. So few things that we need to look into. First off, Philadelphia is struggling with all of its things. At the moment it looks good just because we do have the majority of the things. So we have the potatoes, we have the clothing, and we do have some bread. But if you look a little bit deeper, it doesn't actually look that good. If we take a look right now, it has kind of cleared up a little bit, but that's because we're like a lot of these trains are coming in phases, and what's happening is this. They are constantly changing lanes and holding back trains behind them. And it happens all the time. We have it happening here, we have it happening here. And eventually they're just not getting anything done. So I think what we're needing to do here is simply to remove these. So instead of having these, I'm just gonna delete them. And we're gonna tell them that, hey, you can only go on the route that you actually accessed from over here. So they can change position from here, but that's about it. If they have passed this section, then they should continue on the same path all the way through, even through this. That should make a difference, I hope. I do hope that should actually make a decent change to the situation here. Because that would mean that we don't have them standing around. They should be able to just more or less go through all of this without an issue. But we'll see. The only thing that will really prove this is by testing. So the longer we allow this to run, the better it should become. And then they can also trade paths right here, and that should be the same, that they can access any place in the station, so to say. So that should be okay. I have no doubts. I wonder if we should do the same here. You can see that we're already having this issue. So just now they're going both, so that's good. But that's not what we're seeing all the time. So this guy is... okay, now they got into a good rhythm, it looks like, where they can actually go, both of them. Yeah, so for now this looks fine. But now this guy is changing lanes, and this guy has to stop, and this will continue as long as we have trains standing here, because this will go over here. If there comes one behind these guys, they will change lanes over to this place. But that didn't happen now. But yeah, you can see what's actually happening when we're having these crossovers. They're good to allow trains to pass, but at that point you're already failing with your fuel. So it's better to just focus on your fuel and then have like one at the start of an intersection like this. So when they exits something, that's when they should change the lanes, as far as my understanding. I think this should be the better way to do it. And then we can remove these as well. We don't need them to change lanes at all unless absolutely necessary. You guys are not needed. Either are you. We can even put you here and then have those two removed. Go something like 10 there. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that we can improve when it comes to signaling as well, but most importantly, I think it's that we are not having a bunch of trains just waiting on each other because they're changing lanes all the time. And this should help with that. Hopefully we'll see Philadelphia actually managing to hold potatoes and things like that eventually. We actually do have more bread coming in here, and it looks like we haven't used all of the bread just yet, so maybe we will see a solution in this. Yeah, I think this rolls a lot better. We're still low on a lot of things, but I think that's because it hasn't really recuperated yet. We're also a little bit low on clothes down here. So we don't actually have any clothes at the moment, and we don't have any cotton either. And the reason for that is actually quite simple. We simply don't have enough cotton coming in to maintain the trains that we have. So let's send these guys away. Let's see if we can get some cotton. We need to bring over clothes down to Islamabad as well. So if we can get these guys out of here at least, then we can deal with that. Did you leave with full? Yeah, you do. This should be wait for empty cargo. And there we go. So Clypedia, wait, are we? So we are running close to Islamabad. It's just that we don't have any in here right now. Yeah. Okay. That explains it. So Clypedia out and then Clypedia cargo out. What? What have I done here? Load? Don't need that. So you're going 1, 2, and then 3, 4. And then Islamabad's cargo. Yeah. And we should unload here. That's why we're not getting any clothes. Okay. And then we have refuel where we visit. Again, that's this guy. For 7. No? Ah, it's that one. Okay. The 6 is refuel. 7 for passing this place. Refueling at 8 and then going back to to Clypedia for more clothing. That should fix it. I think that should be fine. Yeah, because these guys are running full with clothes now. That's why we're not doing anything with it. And that's why we're seeing a lot of these guys standing around as well. Okay. That explains it. Then we just need to wait for this to kind of clean up a little bit then. And hopefully we should see an improvement there. But I'm fairly certain from my earlier experience that we are actually a little bit low on cotton in the first place. So we're gonna add a little bit of cotton to this once we get more wood. So we can produce just a little bit extra. So, like that. Build one more on here maybe. Kind of struggling with wood for some reason. I think I have 20 trains at the moment going, so I'm not sure why that is. Feel like we should be able to handle what we're putting down or what we're producing. That should make the cotton a little bit better. Let's see what's happening with our wood then. We do have more wood than what we are able to output, so what is then the issue? Do we need even more trains? Is that the solution here? And maybe I need to change this guy over to be a 4-way station instead. So they load a little bit faster. Let's take these off. And then let's rebuild this to allow for 4 trains or for more trains to load quicker. So instead of having double tracks like this, I'm gonna do 1 and 1, and then we will instead have multiple platforms right next to each. The more platforms you have, the quicker you are able to have trains leave as well. So if we delete those and then we build, we can have you go here, there, 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 there. And then we're gonna have tracks going this way. Okay, so that should allow them to reach each of these stations without any issue at least. We want to make sure that they can actually go through each of the stations as well without any issues. So let's go here like that, and then those two goes fine as well. Okay, and then we just need the platforms here, and we're gonna be a little bit low on coal, I guess. So what you can do is actually to use coal as platforms instead. So if we take the 3 first ones, we can make these coal, and they will still act as platforms. So when we let trains go here, you'll see that they will actually eventually go up on these as well. And then we need one for personnel, which we can be having up here, which is limit type personnel trains limit, yes. Because this will be the slowest platform to unload from. So if we can keep it on these guys using the good platforms, that's going to be beneficial. And it looks like we're holding about 800 fuel here, which should be plenty, I would say. How did this turn out? Well, we don't have any waiting here, so that's good. And if we look at the bread and things like that, bread looks like it's sold. Potatoes might look a little bit tougher. So these guys are actually not really doing that hot. Maybe we can put a few more trains on there to allow them to do a little bit better. Something like 3 more trains. Because that means that we are getting closer to 10, which that has to be enough. I don't see any way for us. How did this turn out? We are still having issues with these guys just standing around. And for some reason you're loading up on potatoes. That's cool. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Let's have all of these just leave the station to make sure that we are still able to produce clothing soon. And let's look over here. Still personnel, that's the biggest issue. Just need more personnel, but we have potatoes now, and we do see some clothing coming in as well. We do have a little bit more coming in here as well, and they should be set up now to, on Islamabad, actually unload. And wait for empty cargo. There, now we should be good to go when it comes to Islamabad and clothes as well. So you guys should be able to hold all of that clothing. Yes. Very good. Last episode we set up craftsmen as well, so we probably want to bring those over to our bricks production at some point during this episode as well. That's interesting. The corner speed on the SD30 is actually a lot higher than it was before. Previously you lost a lot of speed on the SD30, but that's just strictly better now. It seems like. Yeah, the braking power is a little bit less. And it weighs a little bit more. But from a speed perspective, it is a lot quicker actually. So maybe it's actually worth it to move everything over to SD30 eventually. I think what we are going to do, does this one use more fuel? 7.2 every minute, and you use 6. Okay, so we are actually going to have to need to use the wagons for that as well, and these guys can hold the craftsmen. Yeah. So let's get some craftsmen on here. I think this is overkill. I do not think we need this many craftsmen. But I also enjoy being able to do this, so let's put you guys on there. Let's make a route. Do we have one for bricks already for workers that we can just rename? I do think we do. There's some about bricks. Yes, we'll do a copy of you. We'll call it craftsman. And we'll use the exact same route, but in this case we're gonna make it green actually. So we're gonna make it darkish green. preferably with a more darker tint to it. There, maybe. That should be good. And then we put you onto that guy. If we pass, we can put him out, and then you can clone them, and you won't have to tell all of them to go out at the same time. You can, of course, go here and click deploy all as well, if you want. I just find it easier to pass them, and then duplicating them, and then making new ones. That was overkill. We do not need 3 trains for this. 2 trains is more than enough, and even that is actually overkill. So these guys are actually a lot faster then. Especially on straights, these should be able to hit like 50 kilometers an hour even. There you go. And then we have one corner, and as long as it's just one corner, you don't have to worry that much about cutting in and stuff like that. The problem is with these. The fact that we're having a lot of these guys just standing around like this, that's annoying. I wonder if we can allow them to go through here still. I have this set up to only allow trains that have coal in the name. But maybe we have enough coal coming in now that we can allow them all to go here. Because we have one coal guy standing here all the time. How does this look? Still having issues with these guys just standing around. Just need you guys to start putting the cotton onto here. Once we start getting cotton, then these guys should get going as well. Which should be now. This is 3 trains coming in with cotton. That's actually really good. That should get these guys working. I wonder if we need more production for clothing, actually. Maybe that's the issue we're having. How does clothes look? Clothes. Does that say 9,000? $9,400, is that true? Maybe we just need more of these then. Do more of these. That's fine. That's fine. Still need more personnel if we're gonna do that. And can we do... If we upgrade this city, can we do... Don't have the wood to upgrade this. Why do we not have the wood to upgrade it? We need even more trains to put out wood. That's crazy. Fine. We'll get more trains on here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's 25 trains for wood. Has to be enough. And let's see if we can upgrade now, maybe. Yes, we can. And then we can get stone roads here instead. That should increase the reach for these quite a bit. Get more workers on here. That one is unfortunate. I want that there. We're having the same issue here. Are they just trading lanes all the time? Do you just never want them to trade lanes while they're on a route? Is that the thing? The act of trading lanes is just bad. That one doesn't even have signals, so that's good. Add some signals to you, see if that helps. Yeah, and then maybe allow them to change lanes here instead, if they need to. Should be rolling a lot better. What does this look like? Looks like Clypedia is now producing more clothing than what we need. Do you have clothes? No, you do not. Partially because you are running out of fuel somehow. So you go... Do we have refuel here 2 times? No? No, we don't. Just running out of fuel anyway. That's unfortunate. We do have A lot of potatoes here. Potatoes is not an issue. It's the clothing that is becoming cumbersome. And that's actually because you're running out of fuel between here and there. These guys are... yeah, they're actually running out of fuel when they come from here. Why is that? Let's see you. Are you not picking up fuel here? Are you guys just leaving without fuel? What are you guys doing when you get here? Do you get fuel? You're also going to Philadelphia, so you'll also get fuel. Where's the ones that goes to the other region? These guys, I don't get why you guys are running out of fuel. Are you really going up here and then going back? Is that what you're doing? That's what you're doing, you're fucking dumb. Yeah, I feel like we need to follow one of these trains and see where they are actually going, because something's not right here. Yeah, all of these guys with clothes are always out of fuel for some reason. Why is that? That is super strange. Okay, here we have a clothing guy going back at least. We have another one here, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's follow this guy, see where he takes us. What is your mystery, Mr. Clothing Train? And why are you not getting fuel when you need it? And here comes the question then. What's actually happening when you leave Clypedia? Where are you trying to go? You fill up on clothes, and then... I'll be damned. The idiot is going over here. Why in Lord's name would you want to go there instead of here? That makes no sense. Okay, so we need another one here then. That should be between 1 and 2. Yeah. So it goes like that instead. And if we now look at our beloved little train here, we should see him. Yeah, he's picking up, and then he will actually take a left instead. That should fix our issues with the fuel. Because that's why they're going from here and then they're going all the way around, and then they have the next refueling over here. I don't know why that's like the logic to the trains. It makes no sense. I guess they're only looking towards the next sort of closest station, and this one is technically further away, so you have to force them to go up here if you want them to do that. Which there isn't really a good way to do. I'm using these like waypoints at this point, but those waypoints are not really good either, because how I have it set up now is that we have a waypoint right here that the train is going to try to pass through. But if this route is free and open, the train won't use this one. Or use the secondary lane. It will just go to the right one and think that that's probably good enough, more or less. Which is obviously not. So it would be good if the passing of a rail, like waypoint, had more or less a radius where they have to like go through this area more than go through the specific point on the rail. Because yeah, now they're getting fuel, and if we speed this up, I'm fairly certain that it makes it to the fuel station without any issue to refuel over at the other end as well. It's at 50% now, and then we go into the fuel station here. Yeah, so that's actually fine. It's just an issue with how the routing itself goes. Duly noted. Let's get some more trains on here, and I think I want to move over to use the SD30 instead, since these guys are going very, very far. I don't see a reason why we should not use the S2E10 instead. So instead of these guys, you're not gonna be used anymore. And then we're gonna force these to upgrade to the faster ones. It's 200 grand, that's not too bad. And what does it look like up here? You guys have plenty of potatoes, so potatoes is more or less solved at this point. The issue we're having right now is with clothing and bread for some reason. For some reason we're running out of fuel for you. Why is that? Do we not have fuel here? Yeah, we do have fuel there. So why is our bread guys running out of fuel when they leave? Let's monitor this guy then. Okay, so rolling into the coal station here. Just waiting for these guys to make their way through. I should see that I could make this a little bit better if we just move around some signals. Let's do that. That way he doesn't have to actually wait here. So yeah, up until here it looks fine with the fuel then. So the issue must be in between here and once we get to the other station up in Philadelphia. Okay, so we should be able to make it up there. I guess the issue is just when we're ending up behind someone and we have a lot of like rail changes like that. That just slows us down so bad. Like right now, for example, when we're behind this guy, I guess that is when we're gonna run out of fuel. Burning a lot of fuel, accelerating and then braking and then accelerating and then braking. Which is not the most optimal way of doing this. Yeah, we should be able to do it as long as we have enough fuel. The fuel is the issue. And cut stone, how the shit are you running out of fuel? You do have fuel here, so why are you... We need to get these guys onto here. Don't have the stone for it at the moment. Let's try to fix that. Okay, what does this look like now? It's a little bit better. We do have potatoes more or less solved now. Bread is maybe not that good. Looks like bread is still an issue. Yeah, for sure. And clothing is like nowhere close. Have we still issues down here with clothing? No, we kind of have clothing solved now. So what's the issue we're having with clothing then? Are they going over here as well? Or like where are you heading with your clothes? I think I just have way too many of these intersections where we are letting them change lanes. And it's just slowing us down immensely. So let's just go ahead and delete the majority of these. Okay, that's getting them out of there a little bit easier at least. Do we not have... Such an idiot, I don't even have signals here. Please put signals on the damn tracks. There we go. That's all that. Okay, let's see if that will hold up a little bit then. We still have enough clothing here, right? Yeah. So, where are we actually going from here? You're going to Philadelphia. Do we not have enough trains? Is not 7 enough trains for you guys to hold clothing? Maybe not. Maybe we need more. These guys. Let's put a few more on there then. He's actually almost running out of fuel as well, somehow. Maybe I can just upgrade them. Let's do that. Let's tell you guys to upgrade to... These are laborers. That's not what we are looking for. These guys. You guys should upgrade to the better trains. So the S2E10. Late to Philadelphia close. Yes. Upgrade all of them. And let's get ourselves 10 trains on there instead. Should we do the same with the bread? Yeah, why not? Let's get a few bread trains on there as well. That's a little bit faster. And what else? These guys are fine. The guys that are going to Claypedia, but to Islamabad, I guess we can upgrade you guys to be the faster trains as well. Just try to keep as many as possible to be the faster version of the trains. And out of workers constantly here. Part of that is because we don't have enough fish. Okay. We can put down some more fish, that's fine. Some roads. Like that there. Yeah, this is actually holding quite well. Because now we have almost everything that we need except for the bread. So maybe we can set up some bread from these guys to go over there as well. In one of these. No, that's potatoes. We want the bread ones. So those one goes to Philadelphia, and we can make a copy of that and say Nur to Islamabad. Yeah, this is so inefficient. The fact that you can't have, because all of these are just forcing themselves to go on this route. Maybe I just need to rename these. So we'll go rename this one to Refuel 1. We call this one Refuel 2. Then we call this one Refuel 3, so I don't have to deal with that. I was hoping that I could use that and just have them select the one that's most convenient for them. But it doesn't look like that's the case. So how does this work now? We're going between those two, so let's remove the rail. Let's go to 1, 2, and then Refuel 3, Islamabad Cargo, Refuel 3, Refuel 1. Yes, that's good. And you guys are just going between that. Okay, so after adding a few more of the trains that drives with wheat up to North Sultan, so from down here, it looks like we are actually in a position where we are able to produce enough bread that we don't get stopped completely here. I also set up a requirement signal on this route to make sure that we have one free for wheat at all times, which should also help to some extent. But the biggest issue was the fact that we didn't really have enough wheat coming in. Now that we're having some trains standing around here unloading all the time, then we can make sure that we are always producing enough bread. Which it looks like we are doing right now. We might actually need some more production in regards to bread here. So we already have it set up, so we can just add that. Unfortunately, this guy is actually on tilt. Let's do it like that, almost. It's like we were a little bit low on wood there for a second, but should be resolved now. Game does not like to be run very, very fast at this point. But yeah, that should help with the production. Hopefully we should be seeing... Yeah, now it's going down quite substantially as well. These guys should be producing continuously. I do hope. Yeah, now we actually get all of the bread guys to exit the station completely. Very good. So that should keep all of the bread going. How does it look with our clothing? Are we a bit behind? Yes, we actually am. How does it look over here? We are not really producing enough, even though we have full production over here. So let's add a little bit more then. That's all we can do after all. So let's go there, and then let's fill these guys up, and guess we can do that. Add another one here and fill you in completely. That's almost enough. Let's see, delete that. Fill you in. Can we fill up the rest here? Hell yeah, that's good. That's good, and then we go with you over here when we get some more stone again. Maybe stone is the next thing that we're gonna have to look into. So yeah, bread seems to be fixed now. We actually do have bread available at all times. How does it look like up in here then? Still potatoes looks fine. Clothing is like on the edge, but I do think we're getting enough for now. Do we have anything oncoming? Yeah, we have incoming here as well. So we do have a solution. It does look like we are actually keeping up with the clothing now as well. So it's only the bread left, and the bread we just now, I think, fixed, so we can have more going out from here. How much wheat are we actually using? We're using 22,000, so maybe we can add a little bit more here then. Just to improve this somewhat. Something like that, a couple of these, and then you are going to go in here. There, that should increase. Can I upgrade this? You can upgrade village hall, residence, and roads to do better ones. Yeah, that was not what I'm looking at. I was thinking if I could upgrade my wheat production, but no, that's not an option. That's not an option. Okay, do you still have bread? Yes. We are still running low on the wheat, though. We need more personnel, like 2 trains so far. Maybe we can add some more trains onto here. Or at least bigger trains, I mean. We get you guys. And we try to upgrade you to be... should probably go with ST30 at this point. I don't see a reason not to do that. So... yeah, let's go with these. And we're aiming for 22, but not above. You are going to be saved as a preset, and then we'll sell you. Take these guys. And we'll tell those to upgrade to the better trains, right? Right. There. Okay, so we're not really there, but we're actually really close. We do have clothing the majority of the time. Bread is probably the one that we see go down to 0 most. Otherwise, I think Philadelphia even is doing all right for the first time in this series or something like that. So that's cool. I haven't spent any time over here in Islamabad, but I'm expecting them to do quite okay as well. I wonder if we can maybe do that, maybe even get a few more onto here. Don't have the stone for even more though. Now we do. Let's do that. Let's get maybe you and these guys on here as well. That should make you fill up, yes. And then you guys will go over here. And we have full of those workers now, but we are still low on normal workers. But again, that should also improve as time goes on here. What if we do this and add a bit more workers? Could that be an option? To there or to the next one? Probably... Actually, we should go there. Then you. And those. Okay, so clothing is the issue here now. Do we have an issue here again? No. This is just very far to go. this station is so busy. I don't get it. Why are you guys just standing around? Visit. Fuel at 100. These until done ones, they seems completely broken. Wait for fuel instead then. Oh, it says unload. That's not what we want. Refuel. It should be a visit. See if that fixes it maybe. Yeah, that would explain why it's so slow. Okay, did Philadelphia actually maintain? Yeah, they're still having small amounts of it, so maybe we should add a couple of trains more on there. We have 7 here, so if we go to 10, we should have enough bread, I imagine. Deploy those, and then for the clothing, we can go from 10 to maybe, should we go for 13? Let's go for 13, I think that makes sense. Something like that. And that should be Philadelphia more or less solved, as long as we can get the trains through here. Which it looks like we're actually able to do. And then we can take a look over at North Sultan as well. They are doing very well. We have a lot of stuff here, and it looks like we might actually be able to get rid of one of these guys. So I don't like to remove a lot of these trains, because it kinda is in the situation where it's either very good or it's just horrendously bad. So if you remove like 3 trains, that could completely break that synergy there. So let's just go with that. Here it looks like we have a really good setup actually. We're keeping clothes on hand all the time, but we're not having a lot of cotton on hand. So we're not having a bunch of cotton guys standing around here. And if we go here, we have a decent amount of cotton available for shipping out as well. So yeah, I think we have come to a good amount at this point. You're going to there, okay. But yeah, definitely want to look into some other way of doing this. Maybe we should have a fuel station here or something that we can use for the Lypedia to North Sultan instead of having it here where they have to go through this station twice every time they're leaving. Either way, I think we are going to wrap this up here as we are running out of wood again. I think that is just because this stopped up for quite some time and that slows down a lot. But should be okay. Make sure you are subscribed, hit that like button if you want to see more of this. We've been trying to play through the scenarios as well during streams, so let me know down in the comments. Have you tried it? How is it going for you? Have you actually managed to do all of them? And yeah, just let me know what you think. Personally, I really enjoy that, so make sure you keep an eye on the channel and maybe you'll catch me live at some point. I'll see you next time. Bye bye everyone.